What's happening, people? How you guys doing? I was about to say happy Sunday, but it's not a Sunday. I don't know why in my mind am I thinking that it's a Sunday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. How's Ramadan going, guys? Day 25 of Ramadan, which means there's literally like 4 or 5 days left of the blessed month. Let me know how your Ramadan is going. We're in the home stretch. It's the home stretch, and probably the some of the most blessed parts of Ramadan. So make sure you lot take full advantage of it, man. Make sure you take full advantage of it. Eid is not that far away. Have you guys got your Eid clothes? Let me know. I got my Eid shoes, and I think I got my Eid jumper. I think my sister brought me my Eid jumper. I got half of my outfit for Eid. But let me know what you lot are planning to do, inshallah, for Eid. Could be Sunday, could be Monday. I hope Eid is on Sunday. Yeah, I hope it's on Sunday. Actually, I wouldn't mind it being on Monday. I don't know, man. I don't mind Sunday, Monday. It don't really bother me. I hope actually it's Monday, because if it's on Monday, all the restaurants and that during the daytime are not going to be that busy because most people are going to be at work. So I hope it's on Monday. Big up to Riri, big up to Manib. Mina's still stuck in the weekend. I don't know why, but every day just feels like during Ramadan and when there's no football on, especially when it's international break, guys, every day feels the same to me. That's it. Every single day feels like it's the same day for me. And with I know international football is on, but I still struggle. With a routine. Well, I thought this was a retro Man City. Come, don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. This is I'm wearing the Somalia national team jersey, man. Come on, what? City, get out of here, man. Big up, Minna. Big up, brother. I hope you're doing well. I hope Sunday, since my cousins will be free. That's valid. I think it doesn't really make a difference for me, because I think regardless, Sunday or Monday, most of my family will be off for both days. So I think we got some stuff planned with my family. You know what the hardest thing is on Eid, guys? Eid is a cash loss for me every single Eid, because obviously as my nephews and nieces get older, they're starting to demand more money. You know, when they were kids, like when my nieces and nephews were like 5 and 6, 7 years old, I could get away with giving them a light £5, £10 maybe at the most. Sometimes they like coins, like kids like coins, so they think if they've got like £5 in £1 coins, that's more than a £10 note. But now as they get older and they get to teenagers, and especially like late teenagers, they're asking for like, if I say 10, I'm gonna give them £10. Like my niece will be like, that's not enough. Like I'm 19 years old. You need to give me like £30. I'm like, I can't give all of you guys £30. I'm gonna be broke by the end of the day. And I've got 11 nieces and nephews, guys, which is my siblings' kids. That's not even counting all of my cousins' kids. That's like I got like another 5 or 6 there that I see on Eid as well. So there's a lot of kids that I have to give money to. So it's a serious cash loss. It's a serious cash loss. And we do things like we get the kids gifts and all of that. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm a cheat in it. If I can't be bothered to go to the shop, especially like the toy shop or something, and get the kids toys, I just give them money. But you know what your parents do? Because this used to happen to me when I was younger, when I was a kid, and I'd get money from like aunties and uncles. My mom would be like, here, let me hold it for you. I'll hold it for you. I'll never see it again. I will never, ever see that again. And then when I say to my mom, oh, where's the £20 that auntie gave me? Oh yeah, I spent it on this, for the house. I'm like, but it was my money. Yeah, but we need stuff for the house. I'm like, but it's my it was my money. So I don't give the money to my nieces and nephews' parents. I give it directly to them. I put it in their pocket, and I say to them, if you lot are running around all day and it drops out of your pocket, that's your loss. If you want to give it to your parents to hold it for you, that's your decision. But I'm not going to give it to your parents. You're doing Ineos cost cutting with your nephews. 11 nieces and nephews. It's not easy to give I can't give everyone £30. You lot do the maths. That's like £360. That's £360 in one day. That's not including my mom saying to me, where's my Eid gifts? That's not including that. And in my family, we give each other gifts as well. I'll be spending, and we got Eid like back to back, like a couple of months apart. You lot want me to go broke. Like I won't be able to pay my electricity bill, and then I can't stream. So you guys make the decisions, innit? You lot can decide. But how you lot doing? Let me know how everyone's doing. I don't know if you lot have seen, man. The internet has been going crazy with this Ronaldo and Salah debate. Like, I think I've seen the debate going on since, I think the Saturday social video triggered it. And since then, today's Tuesday, and that was on Saturday. And so 4 days is still going on, and that's how you know it's international break, because whenever it's international break, the two same topics pop up. It's Ronaldo versus Salah Van Dijk versus Rio. The same two debates pop up every single time when it's international break. But can I just say, I don't know if you guys are on Twitter. Let me know if you are on Twitter or X, whatever it's called. Shout out to Neve, yeah. Shout out to Neve. Shout out to Stumpeg, because I don't agree with Salah over Ronaldo, but she packaged her opinion perfectly. And the best part of her debate with that guy, I don't know what his name is. I think he's I don't know, is he a United fan or a City fan? But the best thing you can do in a debate when you come up against a well-packaged debate or a well-packaged opinion is to counter it in a eloquent way. If you cannot get your opinion across eloquently in the same manner that the other person has, then I think you've lost the debate. Doesn't necessarily mean that the other person's right. I think it just means you've lost the debate. I think the most important thing in debating is being able to get your point across eloquently with facts, and also ensuring that your opinion isn't a watered down version. Do you know what I mean? And the criticism that she's been getting, that Neve has been getting, Stunt Peg, whatever you guys know her as, the criticism she's been getting, listen, as a woman, yeah, you have to be 10 times more prepared for a show, especially on Sky, on television, than your counterparts. You cannot afford to get one stat wrong. You cannot afford to mispronounce one word. You cannot afford to say blasphemous hot takes. And on that show, I've seen some of the most wildest takes. As a woman, you can't do that, because the second people disagree with you of what you said, it gets personal. And people have been attacking her just because they don't agree with necessarily her argument about the Salah and Ronaldo thing. And I said it. I would never put Salah over Ronaldo in an all-time Premier League. But the way that she put her opinion together is not wrong. It's not wrong. There's no right answer, but she packaged it very, very well. We're actually going to come to that, but I actually want to start with the biggest topic of discussion today. It's not Man United related, but it is the biggest topic of discussion today. Liverpool fans are in a meltdown, one of their own. I mean, this is probably the worst kept secret. It's the worst kept secret. Everybody knew that Trent Alexander-Arnold was going to go to Real Madrid. And I always said it, coming into the season, I said out of the three free agents that they have, I said Trent is most likely to leave. Now, it might be a case that Van Dijk leaves. That's a conversation for another time. But I don't think it was a secret that Trent was going to leave. I genuinely, maybe I'm being oblivious. Liverpool fans, I want to know. Maybe I'm being oblivious, but I feel like the second that Real Madrid started tapping him up, especially with the way that their right back situation has been going over the last 18 or so months, I felt like it was a decision for Real Madrid that just made sense. Now, if you watch Fede Valverde at right back for Real Madrid, he can defend, right? The difference between him and Trent is he can defend, but he can also get forward with the ball. He can tuck into the middle and go into midfield. He can go out wide, further to the right-hand side when Rodrigo kind of drifts centrally. He can do all of that. Trent will be able to do that at Real Madrid. It just makes sense. Now, I'm looking at it on the flip side. Liverpool fans, yeah? Guys, is Trent going to go to the title parade? Because, boy, he better have a lot of security with him. I don't even think should he be welcome to the title parade if he actually is going to Real Madrid. And I understand why Liverpool fans can feel upset with him leaving, because I remember he scored or something early, was it a month or so ago, in January, when he scored and he did that whole talking celebration. I totally understand. People are saying Liverpool fans are acting entitled. I don't think they're acting entitled. I think they have every right to be disappointed with the way that the situation has played out. But equally, I don't think all of the criticism is on him. Now, there's still questions about how much were Liverpool offering him, etc., etc. There's still some question marks around that. If it's true, the number I saw that was flying around was 325k a week. Now, what would have helped Liverpool, maybe, and I'm just trying to think of this, in a non-biased perspective, is if he didn't leave on a free. I think financially it would have helped Liverpool if he wasn't leaving on a free. But equally, with saying that, Real Madrid have been targeting him. They wanted to make a bid for him in January as an emergency transfer. Liverpool weren't having that. So the kind of criticisms that he's getting, and like I said, rightfully so. I draw the line at abuse. I draw a line at abuse. Man United have seen Cristiano Ronaldo leave. Arsenal has seen Henry leave. Arsenal have seen RVP leave. Liverpool have seen Suarez leave. But I think what makes this different is the fact that he's a scouser through the academy into the first team, boyhood club, and he's leaving on a free. But when Real Madrid come calling, you go. You go. Now, it's interesting. I saw Sky Sports know exactly what they're doing. They posted a clip on Twitter today, guys. Straight after the news dropped, they posted a clip that said of him doing an interview talking about wanting to win the Ballon d'Or. I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't know if he's going to win the Ballon d'Or at Real Madrid because you're playing in a team with Vinicius, Mbappe, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Fede Valverde. Probably all those guys will be in Ballon d'Or contention before your name comes up. And you have to do something miraculous. You have to do something extravagant, outstanding to stand out from that crop of players. But I don't think this is going to be the only thing that Liverpool fans get upset about over the next couple of months. I genuinely think Van Dijk might leave. And I think Mohamed Salah will end up staying, but he will end up staying in a panic. Like Liverpool are going to make a panic offer to him to keep him. Because they've lost. And also, can I just say, if Liverpool fans want to be mad at anyone, they should be mad at their structure, their footballing director, their ownership for letting it get to nearly April and you are yet to find a solution for any of your free agents, let alone one. You haven't even found a solution for one. All three of them are still up in the air, except for this one that obviously, like I said, this is the worst kept secret. Everybody knew this was going to happen. Everyone knew this was going to happen. This could be the move, in my opinion, that either, Trent might look back at in the future and think this was the right decision for me, or Liverpool fans might have the last laugh. It could go either way. And I'm not leaning towards either, but Real Madrid are they got Mbappe on a free, they're getting Trent on a free, they got Rudiger on a free, they got Alaba on a free. That is serious pull. Real Madrid are football heritage when it comes to Europe, man. And you got other players that think that they can play for Real Madrid. I'm just saying. Your three best players, Liverpool can only blame themselves. Honestly, I think if Liverpool fans Liverpool fans have every right to be upset with Trent. They 100% have every right to be upset. But the main criticism should land at the feet of the club, because I don't know how you let it get to the fact that, the manager, and you got a new manager, you're not helping him with decisive situations. You're in a title race, albeit I think they're near enough to winning it now. You're coming up to the final stretch of the title race, and yet none of your three most influential players haven't found a solution for them in their contract issue. There is no one to blame but the club. Now, I think as the days go on, we will find out more about whether the fact, Liverpool have offered him a contract, etc. It is reported that they did offer him 325k and he wanted more. So we'll definitely find out more. But I think football is fickle, guys. You can go from being a neighborhood hero to being a neighborhood enemy just like that. And Trent has probably burnt a bridge that we haven't seen burnt in a long time. It's been a long time in football, guys. I think that we've seen something like this happening. But like I said, it was the worst kept secret because we've been knowing it's going to happen. Big up Lil Yo-Yo, been a member for 15 months, says big up sis, Liverpool meltdown is sensational. The meltdown I've been seeing is crazy. Before we actually get into this, guys, before we actually get into United stuff, guys, shout out to these lot right here. There's a funny story behind this picture, guys. I wasn't even planning to be in it. I was not even. Be sure to hit the like button, by the way, guys, if you've just come through. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new here. YouTube algorithm is effing me up, guys. It's the YouTube algorithm, yeah. When you don't stream for a week or so, suddenly people are not getting notifications when I'm going live. People are not getting notifications when I'm uploading, just because I don't post much during international break, because genuinely there's not much to talk about. The YouTube algorithm is really effing me up. So make sure you guys hit the like button. And obviously football is back this weekend, I think. Is it back this week? Yeah, football's back this weekend. So I can get back to being consistent again, having regular uploads, daily streams, and having consistent stuff to talk about. Big up to these lot, because yesterday we went to, completely separately, by the way. I went separately, these lot went separately. We went to the British Sports Journalism Awards 2024, but it's hosted in 2025. And it's basically for British sport. This is like the Oscars of British media, sports media. That's the only way I can describe it. People are asking me, like, what is this? Imagine the Oscars, but for sports media in the UK. This is a big, big deal. I've never, ever, ever gone to the SJAs. I've never gone there because I just never been there. And I was shortlisted for award with UV and by myself. I didn't win, but I was happy to be just shortlisted because it's been a long time coming for content to be part of mainstream media, right? But I'm so happy for these lot, for UV, for Josh. Bro, Josh put on a tux, guys. You guys don't know. That is like seeing a unicorn. That's like seeing a unicorn. Seeing Josh in a tux is like unicorn behavior. That don't happen. That don't happen. So when I saw Josh, when I walked in, whenever I go to events, I'm solo dolo. I'm rolling by myself. I walk in. I don't know anybody there. There's a couple of people I do know and a couple of people in the industry that I know. But when I walk in, I'm by myself and I see Josh. And Josh, the first thing he says to me is, "Look at you." And I'm like, "Bro, look at you. What the hell? You're wearing a bow tie." I was like, "Josh, you're wearing a bow tie." But UV beat the Overlap, Sky Sports Premier League, by the way, TalkSport, like big dogs for best YouTube channel of the year. Which, by the way, this is the inaugural category. It's the first time I think that they've had this category. I might be wrong, and I wasn't even going to go up with them, guys. Fun fact, I wasn't even going to go up with them. They walked past the table I was sitting at. I stood up. I was clapping for them. I was like cheering for them. Yes, guys, come on, come on. KG goes to me, "Mina, come." I was like, nah. I was like, nah, bro. Do your thing. He was like, "Come here now." And Flex was like, "Come, come." So I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't want to go on stage because there was about 700 and something people there. 700 and something people there. You can't see it in the picture, guys. If I can zoom now, you can't see it in the picture, but I got my Palestine badge here on my abaya, and we go on stage. Then Flex is like, "Let's take a picture, whatever. Do a speech." And the whole time, yeah, Owen can't speak. Owen is lost. You know when people say I'm lost for words? Owen was like just smiling like that. He was lost for words. KG, yeah, KG decides to, in front of the most elegant people ever. This is what I say. People from the hood, when they go to events like this, they have to bring the hood with them. Because KG, when Flex finished his speech, and you lot can watch it on my Instagram story, when Flex finishes his speech, KG goes to the mic and he goes, "Brah!" Gun fingers in the air, guys. I'm not even joking. Gun fingers in the air. And he goes, "Brah!" Everyone starts laughing. There was a lot of ethnic people in the crowd. They start cheering, whatever. And the whole time I said to Flex, "Why are you doing this humble gimmick? Like, you're doing this like humble gimmick. Like, I'm so glad to be here. Like, just to be here." I'm like, "You deserve to be here, my guy. Like, you've put on and helped a lot of people." And he will never speak about it, because when you help people, it's true. When you help people, you don't speak about it. You just, in Islam, you're not meant to speak about the good stuff that you do for people. You just do the good stuff and you keep it moving. But I remember I joined UV like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I joined UV, and at that time I was doing stuff with the Athletic, etc., etc. But Flex was pushing my name in rooms that I didn't even know about. It's only later, like I'm talking years down the line, I'm finding out, yeah, oh, we got you on all those years ago, and because of a recommendation from Flex. And I'm like, he never told me that. He never told me that. Yesterday was fun. I lost them at some point. I'm not gonna lie. I lost them at some point during the night. And then Flex was like, everyone take their individual pictures. I said, what? We get to take individual pictures with the trophy? I said, I bet. I was taking pictures like it was a gun. I was holding it like this. This is why they don't let us into places like this. But can I just say that it was actually really refreshing, because for so long, I think just YouTube content, and there's so many people out there doing great stuff, like amazing stuff in the content scene, whether it's Premier League content, whether it's, you know, European football, women's football, whatever it is, they can't ignore content creators anymore. They cannot. And when I say they, I'm talking about mainstream media. I think they've realized now that YouTube and just social media content creators have as much as a role to play in the progression of sports media as do the traditional mainstream media platforms, you know, the traditional journalists, the traditional TV broadcasters, all of that stuff. You see the way that Sky are adapting their social content, and they got that show called Scenes on YouTube. Like, everybody is starting to realize that there is a world outside of mainstream media, and people are getting their accolades and their respects for it. And that's why it was a long time coming. You know, they eventually got there. The SJAs, they eventually got there, because they were interviewing me after after all of this. I did an interview with them, and I was talking about how my path into media is a non-traditional path. If you speak to most people that you know, broadcasters and presenters, I'm talking about people in like their late 30s, 40s. A lot of them probably went to university and studied it. A lot of them probably did certifications and studied it. A lot of them probably did a lot of freelancing and that. Whereas now the world of content is actually becoming a pathway for people into media. And it's all about, for me, how you see your career in content going. What do you want to do? Do you want to build your own platform? Do you want to be on other platforms? What is it that you want to do? And once you figure that out, I promise you, like, the world is your oyster. There is nothing you can do. And this is why I also say that I respect every single content creator in not just football, just in the world. Anyone who has the confidence to put their face on the internet, I respect them so much, because it is not easy. People will make personal jokes. People will insult you. Like, people will just insult you for the sake of it. But then they'll also insult you because they don't agree with your opinions. It's not easy to sit there every single day and do content, film content, edit. I know a lot of people, content creators, who are their own editor. They make their own thumbnails. They, you know, promote their own stuff. They do their own socials. They are basically all in one. They are a production team all in one. And a lot of people, I think, don't realize how much effort goes into it. So I was really, really, like, so happy for United View, because Flex, shout out to Flex. KG needs a new suit though. I was talking to him today for like an hour. I should have told him, bro, you need a new suit. I've seen you in this green suit way too many times. I've seen you in this green suit. I'm going to tell him later today. I'm going to tell him later today that he needs to get a new suit. But I rate Flex so much. He already knows it. He's got my respect. KG is just KG. You know, Josh is getting his flowers. Owen is getting his flowers. I said to Owen, it's nice to see that you actually exist, because I have not seen you in about 2 years. The last time I saw him was 2 seasons ago. It was a end of season dinner that we did. That was the last time I saw him. I haven't seen him since then. So I was like, it's nice to see you. He wears the same suit. And seriously, like, we need to have some serious questions. We need to have some serious questions. Big up to Buggy, says, haven't caught a live show in a minute. Big up Minna, big up everyone else. Let's get the likes up. But yeah, it was really fun. Like, David Ornstein was sitting right on the table behind me, and it's so funny because he said hi to me, because I was at the Athletic for a couple of months as a freelancer, and he remembered me from there. And I was like, how do you remember me? He goes, I remember you during the World Cup. Yeah, you were at the Athletic. I was like, what? I was like, damn, like, you actually remember me. That's crazy. Do you know who I saw? Mark Chapman, the next and Kelly, what's her name? The next 2 hosts of Match of the Day. Just like chilling. I also embarrassed myself a little bit, guys. There's this lady who's a journalist on BBC. I watch her all the time on BBC London News. And she was sitting at my table. So she introduced herself, blah, blah, blah. And then I said to her, I was like, where do I know you from? And she started laughing. She said, I'm on BBC. I said, yeah. I said, that's where I know you from. I need to stop saying to people, where do I know you from? And put a finger in their face like this. Because they might not take it in the right way. But honestly, it was so nice to see. Shout out to Miles, Miles Addy. He won an award, Content Creator of the Year award. He does so much great stuff with his own platform that he's built. So I was happy for him. Shout out to Robbie. Obviously, Robbie, I think, won an award. But even just to be shortlisted, guys, to be shortlisted is a big thing, because they said that they had a record number of nominations this year. They have a whole judging process. They got a judging panel. And just to be shortlisted means that people are aware of what you do. And I don't do it for accolades. I don't think a lot of people do it for accolades. I don't think so. But just to be acknowledged in maybe an industry that traditionally people like me were not in. That is so nice. Like, I have little cousins, I have, relatives, etc., who are girls, who wear headscarves, that love football. And now they know that, when they grow up, they could potentially make an avenue for themselves in the industry. That's the most important thing. I think that's the most important thing. And like I said, I rate anyone that be doing any sort of internet content. I respect anyone that does it, because it's not for the you gotta have thick skin, guys. You gotta be able to block out the noise. But yesterday was a fun time, man. It literally, like, the food was nice as well. You know what, guys? Let's talk about the food, because it was in a high-end hotel. Yeah, very bougie, yeah, a hotel I would never stay at in my life, because it's out of my tax bracket. Yeah, and the food was actually nice. I don't drink alcohol, but I think they had like a lot of wine and that at the tables. And shout out to the guy next to me, who was actually the president of the award show. He was sitting next to me, and he just kept asking me, "Are you okay? Do you want another soft drink? Do you want water?" Because everyone else was just drinking, and obviously he knows that I don't drink, so he just kept saying to me. And I would go to the toilet, come back, and there's like a soft drink at my table, at my seat, and he'll be like, "Oh, I got you another soft drink. I got you a refill. Like, I hope you're okay with it," because there was so much alcohol. And I think that's why also everyone was just, maybe the people who were drinking were just happy to be drinking free drinks and eating free food. But the food was really good, because I don't really expect that kind of food at those kind of events. I'm not gonna lie, I don't. But anyways, let's actually get to the football talk, guys. With 30 minutes of just talking about nonsense, man. Be sure to hit the like button, guys, if you've just come through. The views and the likes are not really adding up, because, like I said, YouTube's effing up with my algorithm. If you want to join the membership club, you can. It's the pinned comment in the chat. You get your badges, you get your emojis, you get your custom member content. Of course, you get to support the growth of the channel, the ever-growing channel. If you want to support the channel in alternative ways, you can by sending in super chats with your comments, with your questions, with your thoughts, or just to show some love. And that goes a long way on the channel. Mina, what food did they serve? So for starters, well, I had the vegetarian option, right? Because I know that the starters had pork in it, so I didn't eat that. For the starter, it was like this pie thing with cheese and the tomato on it. And it just had, like, guys, let me say, I think I took a picture. I think I took a picture of it because I was showing somebody. Let me bring up the picture on here. Let me find a way to bring up the picture on here, because this kind of food, guys, is out of my tax bracket. I can't lie. You know when they put fruits on a dish, that's how you know, like, this is not for me. Like, what the hell? I should not be eating this kind of stuff. Here you go. Let me see. This is what I had as a starter, guys. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is. Yeah, if anyone knows what it is, let me know. But all I remember is it had cheese, and then it was like tomato. It was tomato here. And you see, when they put random, like, stuff like this, that's how you know this is bougie. It's not like pizza. Yeah, maybe it's like pizza. It wasn't like dough on the bottom. It wasn't dough. It was like pastry. Yeah, it was like pastry dough, maybe. When they put these random, I don't even know what that is, guys. Well, I didn't eat it. I'm telling you now, guys, I only ate this part because I knew what it was. All this other stuff, I said, what is this? I don't know what that is. And when they put, like, random, the plate was bougie. Everything about it was bougie. Like, we had name cards, guys. We had name cards on our seats. I thought it was watermelon too. But then I was like, this looks like a very weird looking watermelon. But that was the starters. And for the mains, I think I had a pie. I think I had the vegetarian option, and I think it had aubergine inside, cooked aubergine with mashed potato. But the potato, I wish I took a picture of it, guys. The mashed potato was like in a cube. So like I didn't even know it was potato. I was thinking, what is this random cube that it looks like if I pick it up and dash it at someone, it might break their head. And then the dessert, I don't even know what the dessert was. I just ate it. It had chocolate in it. But I had to double check to make sure I don't have wine. That's the difficult thing for me about going to these kind of events. I always have to double check with the waiters, with the organizers, that what I'm being served doesn't have. Firstly, if it's not halal, then give me vegetarian. And desserts, a lot of the time, desserts like that have chocolate and that in it, sometimes they put wine in it. So I had to always double check. Can we please lay off the food talk so close to iftar? You know what? The worst thing is that I went at 6 o'clock and iftar was at 6:24. So for 24 minutes, I was just like walking around depressed as hell, waiting until iftar. Anyways, guys, why are we talking about food? We've been talking about food for this long, man. And let's talk about this guy here. Let's talk about this guy here. To freedom! To freedom! To freedom! Why everyone's calling him a freedom fighter, bro? It's his happy birthday, by the way, to Jadon Sancho, because this is his birthday today. And Manchester United posted a picture saying happy 25th birthday to Jadon Sancho. And I just clicked on the comments on Instagram out of curiosity, yeah? Everybody is saying freedom fighter, young Nelson Mandela. Bro, they're calling him Nelson Mandela. This is probably the worst way that it could have backfired for him, because when he went out on loan, I think the best thing that he could have done was to shut everybody up and perform well. Like, look at how Anthony's loan spell is going in comparison to Jadon Sancho's. And look at how their careers at Manchester United was very similar. The only difference is I think Anthony had a more favourable manager that brought him in. Jadon Sancho joined Manchester United and the manager that brought him in got sacked in a couple of months. But everything else is quite similar. They were on high wages. They came in on a big fee. I think even the expectations were probably as high as both. I think the expectations was quite high for Anthony because he came in with a big price tag. With everyone expected him to be the answer to Ten Hag's right-hand side. And same with Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho came in after 12 months of United chasing him with high expectations. And just look at how their Man United careers have turned out. Similar in terms of it being a failure. Both of them get the opportunity for redemption. Sancho is actually getting his second chance at redemption at Chelsea. And Chelsea would rather pay 5 million. By the way, Man United, I don't know who it was. Was it Dan Ashworth that did this? Was it Omar Barada that did this? Who was it that negotiated an obligation to buy, but it's not really an obligation to buy? They packaged it as an obligation and they briefed the media on it being an obligation to buy when it was never an obligation to buy. It was an option to buy for 25 million. And if you choose not to buy him, then you have to pay 5 million. Okay. Chelsea are saying, all right, we'll rather pay 5 million than pay 25 million. And if you lot don't know, Chelsea love wingers. Chelsea love wingers. I don't know if you lot are noticing that, but everyone that they're trying to buy is a winger. But they don't want to keep Jadon Sancho. And Jadon Sancho, for me, is always going to be those what went wrong kind of question on him. Because I'm not going to lie, is it too late for him to rebuild his career? Do you guys think it's too late in terms of what he can do? I mean, he's only 25, right? But I feel like he's wasted, 4 years at Manchester United? He's wasted 4 years of his footballing career. He's made a shitload of money, but he's wasted 4 years of his footballing career. Probably the most integral part when it comes to building on your development. I'm seeing, what's his name? Is it Jordan Ibe that's playing in like National League or something? I'm not saying he was ever on Sancho's level, but he had a dramatic downfall. Dele Alli, it took how long for him to get back to playing at a club in top flight Europe, let alone, a team like Como who just came up to the top flight football. I feel sorry for Jadon Sancho, but sometimes I just wonder, like, what would his career had turned out to be if he didn't go to United? Because United seems like it was the beginning of the downfall of his career. And I don't think he's helped himself either, by the way. This is not in any way me putting the blame on Man United. I think Man United was never the environment for someone like him. I think when Man United were interested in him, they should have done their due diligence in terms of understanding what kind of environment does this player need? Is this environment that we currently have, is it a area for him to flourish in? Because let's be real, the environment that Manchester United have had over the last 10 or so years, I don't think a lot of players at, who I don't want to say don't have a commitment to football, but they don't breathe and live football. It's not an environment that they can flourish. Look at Brandon Williams, for example, yeah? Brandon Williams is a good example. He had the world at his feet in terms of academy kid, getting the opportunity to make his way into Manchester United, but he never had that passion and that drive for football. So it was always second best or third best or fourth best. And as a result, he's not even playing football anymore. He's no club has taken him up and he's a free agent. The environment at Manchester United, maybe over the last 5 or so years, is an environment that requires players at the top of their game, mentally, physically, emotionally, in every aspect. In every aspect of the game, you have to be at the top because it's really sink or swim. I think he just doesn't have the mental strength, drive, nor the will to prove himself. I think that last part, the will to prove himself. I think he doesn't feel like he needs to prove himself because he was maybe once upon a time this wonder kid that everybody had high expectations for. But for me, you can't live off of the expectations. You have to live off of your reality. And the reality is, if you are not excelling and you are not, like, potential is nothing if you don't do with the potential, guys. If you don't do something with the potential you have, it's nothing. It's useless. There's no point having potential. And that's why, like, with Man United's transfer strategy, I hope that they don't get too caught up on signing players with high ceilings and high potential, because it's not just about potential. It's also about what you do with that potential. And that's something I always used to hear in school. Teachers used to say that to me all the time. It's a real shame because I really backed him at Man United earlier, but application matters more than anything. Bro, I got like 4 Sancho shirts. I got 4 Man United Sancho shirts. I think I'm gassed. I think the culture and environment at United gave him the platform to ruin his career, especially when the poster boy is Rashford, who is your best mate and he does what he wants. That's an interesting take, because look at Marcus Rashford. Look at Marcus Rashford. We're saying that he he does what he wants, but he's gone back to the Villa team. He's gone into the Villa team, not yet a consistent starter, but creating chances, back into Thomas Tuchel's England squad. One person has learnt from the last 12 or so months, and it seems like the other person hasn't. That's how I see it. Ten Hag even gave him time off. I think Sancho wouldn't fit in any version of United. Right now, I can't lie. Everyone's talking about he'll cook in the Amorim 10. Yeah. I think, and I swear, I really wanted Sancho to do well. But I think we need to accept what the reality is and let bygones be bygones. Let him go. United are going to have to take a fat L. They're going to have to take a big, big L on whatever it is. They won't. I don't think they will let him sit it out if nobody comes to sign him in summer. I think they are just going to say, you know what? Whoever comes to sign him for whatever price, we will sell him. And I think that's what's going to happen. I really do think that's going to happen. It's been reported, by the way, in Germany that he has requested a transfer request. He's put in a transfer request to join Dortmund in the summer. If that is the case, and he wants to go back to Dortmund, that might be the best environment for him, away from England, a relatively slower league. You get to play champs. You get to, be in and around top 3 of Germany, top 4. And you get to be somewhere you're familiar, environment you're familiar, and an environment that I remember reading an article of all the kind of things that Dortmund did for Jadon Sancho to create the best possible environment. I don't want to say it's mollycoddling, but they did spend a lot of extra time and give him a lot more attention to create an environment that he can flourish in. So maybe that's what he needs. Maybe that's what he needs. And, once he gets back to that top level, I hope he doesn't make a decision to come back to England. But I do think 40 million for Dortmund, brother. The Dortmund will never pay. I think United will be lucky to get 15. I think at 15, 20 million, I think United will be lucky to get that for Jadon Sancho. They were just about going to get 20 million from Chelsea, guys. If Dortmund pay United 15 million, I think they will be very much happy with that. I think that will be right up their street. I think that, that will be right up their street. Some more transfer news. Samuel Luckhurst reporting that Casemiro will be one of many players that Manchester United will make available for the summer transfer window. Man United will also want to permanently sell Marcus Rashford, Antony, and Sancho this summer in order to invest in a new goal scorer. And Manchester United expect 4 other players to leave in the summer. 2 of them are expected to retire. Johnny Evans and Tom Heaton, and Christian Eriksen and Victor Lindelof are set to be released on free agency deals by the club. So it looks like at least 10 or so players will leave in the summer. And I think that's a minimum, guys. I think that's like, I genuinely think that's the bare minimum, because obviously 4 of them will be leaving in terms of going on frees and retiring, etc. But another player that could be out of the door this summer is, I didn't have this, by the way, on my bingo card. I thought United might look to sell him, but I didn't know that Saudi would be a destination for him. I did not think Saudi would be a destination. But equally with saying that, I didn't think Saudi would be a destination for Moussa Diaby in the summer. And he still went there after 1 year at Aston Villa. So anything is possible. But Saudi looks like a destination for Onana, reported by multiple different journalists. And he's just also, for some context, guys, he's signed with an agent who also is the agent of Kalidou Koulibaly and Eduardo Mendy, both of those who have moved to the Saudi League in recent years. If Man United can get 40 million for him, shout out to MBS and the PIF and Turki Al-Sheikh and all them man there. If Manchester United can get 40 million for Onana from a Saudi team, shout out to King Salman and MBS and all them and all the Saudi royal family members and the PIF and the ABC and the EFG, all of them. I'm just making up acronyms at this point, but you guys get what I mean. You guys get what I mean. Now, with the Onana situation, I do look at it and I think, it's one of those situations. If a club comes with a reasonable fee, I think United will listen. But I don't think Man United see it as an urgent factor, an urgent situation in comparison to maybe the striker situation, maybe the 10 situation, the right wing back situation, centre back situation. I don't think goalkeeper is as big of a problem for them as maybe we think it is. But I do feel like there's, if the right price, if it's for the right price, if Saudi buy, I'm leaving Saudi. And you know what, guys? If I could speak to Andre Onana today, if I could speak to him, I'd say, brother, you come from Cameroon. Yeah? We come from Africa, man. Generational wealth. Imagine all the money you're going to make in Saudi. That would be my selling factor to him. That's how I would sell it to him to go to Saudi. I would say, brother, no tax. You're going to pay no tax. You're going to live in a hot country. It's not rain. It rains there, but it's not cold when it rains. You're going to live in a warm country. Great food. He doesn't care, but everything's halal. I don't think he cares about that though. You can bring your family over if you want. I don't think you can. I don't know what the visa regulations are for Saudi. So let me not act like I know the Saudi visa regulations. But no tax. That should be the main selling point. The first selling point should be, bro, you don't get taxed. And that's it. Conversation over. Where do I sign? Generational wealth. Honestly, forget your kids. Your kids' will be sorted for life. And think of all the houses that you can build in Cameroon for all your family. They'll never ask you for a penny again because you built them a house. You're chilling. And I think that's how a lot of people, by the way, look at football now when they join Saudi. I think they look at the financial benefits. And there's no harm in saying it. I think that is the reality. I don't think people go there because they really want to win the Saudi Pro League and they really want to win the AFC championship. I think it is for the money. I think it is to financially set themselves up. Other people, maybe like Ronaldo and that, just go there because he just wants to keep breaking his accolades. He wants to keep breaking all the records. But I do think there's other players out there, and I see nothing wrong with that, because you know what? Football ain't a long career. Football is not a long career. And if you're being offered generational wealth, I know for a fact, guys, a lot of us say, I know a lot of football fans say that they wouldn't do it and they would want to play at top flight football. Like, if I was a professional footballer and Saudi came knocking, I'm gone before you could even open your eyes. I'm gone. And I'm taking my whole family with me. And we're all going to Saudi. Every single one of us. Every single one of us. But it's not always for everyone. Look at Henderson. He went and he came running back. He went and he came running back. I will go to Saudi happily. Happily, without a fail. Without a shadow of a doubt. Saudi is a very safe environment to raise your kids. It is. I agree. I totally agree. The Middle East is so safe if you have kids. Like, when I go to the Middle East with my family, it's the only place that I feel safe, knowing if my niece or my nephew go out by themselves to the shop or they go to the mosque. Like, I'm not worried about, oh, what if something happens to them when they're on their way back? What if they get robbed? You know, what if they get stabbed? I'm not worried about. What if they get kidnapped? I'm genuinely not worried about that. When I'm in the Middle East, I could be walking the streets at 4 a.m. and I wouldn't feel like I have to keep watching over my shoulder. But hey, 40 million Saudi, and he is all yours. 40 million, and he's all yours. Samuel Luckhurst also reporting that Aiden Heaven has a chance of participating in Manchester United's training sessions this week. There's a number of players available against Forest on the weekend, depending on how they go through the training sessions. Kobbie Mainoo is on that list as well. And I think Lenny Yoro and Harry Maguire are all on that list as well. All of them are on that list. Now, Ahmad has kind of hinted at a potential return. I don't know how true it is. I don't know if he's playing games with us. I don't know. Do you guys want Ahmad to come back? I just don't want him to be rushed back, and then it's a even. Do you guys remember when Lisandro Martinez got injured? I want to say it was Erik ten Hag's first season. I think it was Erik ten Hag's first season, and then we rushed him back, and he got injured against Sevilla in the Europa League. I don't want that to be another situation. Don't rush back for the Lyon game just to have an impact on the team, especially if you can risk a bigger problem, a bigger injury. Heard Ahmad will be back mid to end of April. At that point, though, what is left in the season? If United is still in Europa League, that's it, really. If United is still in the Europa League, then that's it. That's it. But other than that, if that's what he's rushing back for, I'd rather you take your time and be 100% before you return back. Because you can return back and aggravate the problem that you have, and it becomes worse. And and now suddenly 3 months out is looking like a 6 months or a 9 months. That is probably the worst case scenario. That is probably the worst case scenario. So for me, that is the most realistic situation. Guys, this transfer talk is not going away. This Victor Osimhen thing makes me think that maybe there's some truth, there's some real truth to it, because it is something that keeps popping up. As if Onana leaves, we're just gonna get another African. I'm all for it. Victor Osimhen, out of all the strikers that probably is available to Manchester United, I think Victor Osimhen, who's available in the striker market. Jonathan David is available on a free. Victor Osimhen. You got Gyökeres. You got Sesko. Isak, but he's not in our tax bracket. Yeah, Alexander Isak is not in our tax bracket. I like that kid at Porto, or Meridian. I like him. Ekitike at Frankfurt, Liam Delap. Like, there is a lot of strikers on the market, but which ones do I think United should go for? I think United need to go for the nows. for the nows. I'm talking about like the guy that's going to come in and make immediate impact, score you 25, 30 goals in the season. A guy that's going to come in and immediately raise the ceiling of what you got right now in the front line. The guy that's going to come in and be a starter immediately. Tell Rasmus Højlund to take off that number 9 shirt. They should never have given it to him. They should never. I swear, the number 9 shirt and the number 7 shirt at Manchester United carries some weight that makes everybody drown when they put it on. Like, I don't know what it is. It carries, in the last 10 years, it carries some weight that makes people drown. I need to bring Jonathan David too. I wouldn't be against it. Because I think Chido will be a backup option next season, but I don't think he will be the only backup option. I think United will need another backup option on top of the striker they're going to sign. Rasmus Højlund could be on his way out. Let's be honest, Minna, outside of Kane and Haaland, ain't no striker's going to consistently bag you 25, 30 goals a season. I'll be happy with 15, 20. When I say 25, 30 goals, I'm talking all comps, man. I'm talking all comps. If you give me 15, 20 in the league, I'll be happy with that. Honestly speaking. Especially in your first year, I would be happy with that. I don't know, man. Hold on. Somebody says it here. But you know what, Minna? At this point, with the transfer, I don't want to hear anything until I see a here we go save. I just wish that I just wake up to an Ornstein bomber. And I say that in a good way, not a bad way. I'm not talking about I want to see like Amram getting sacked. I want to see just bam. There we go. Here we land. Manchester United have agreed terms to sign X player. Like before the summer transfer window. By the way, I don't know if you guys seen, but the Premier League are in discussions with the clubs to change and go back to what it used to be, where the transfer window closes before or the week of the season starting, rather than the transfer window closing at the end of August. You know, the Man United panic buys after losing the first 2 games of the season, it might not happen this summer, which will force Man United maybe to do their business a lot sooner. Hopefully it would. They haven't agreed it yet, but they are in talks to agree it. So it is definitely a possibility, and it could happen. But listen, guys, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. That's a bad idea. It needs to be aligned with the rest of Europe. The rest of Europe should get on board then. The rest of Europe should get on board. I don't know why the transfer window ends at the end of August, because it's open for a long time. When does it opens? Beginning of July and end of August. It will force teams' hands to kind of get business done earlier, 100%. And if they can align it with the rest of Europe, then yes, I think it will work. I think if they can align it with the rest of Europe, then it will work. But I don't know, man. I don't think it's a bad idea. I genuinely don't think it's a bad idea. But I guess we've got to wait and see. It's England and Italy that will most likely change the transfer window for starters. I feel like if England start, then maybe the rest will follow suit. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad idea, but also I get where if all the transfer windows are not kind of in the same timeline, then it can be a problem. It can definitely be a problem. Other leagues will have they'll have one up on the English league and Premier League teams. But listen, guys, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. We've got some actually decent international games on today. My national team are playing today. And that's why I'm wearing a shirt, if you guys have not realized. We are playing Botswana at 7 p.m. And then later on, I think at midnight, is Argentina versus Brazil, which I am looking forward to that. And then, guys, thank God. Oh, shit, I missed. Sorry. Imagine 3 of your best players going on a free. Big up, Riri, been a member for 15 months. That will be hilarious if that ends up happening to Liverpool. That would be so funny. When's that Argentina versus Brazil game? It's at midnight. Inshallah. And it's also on Premier Sports TV. They're showing it live in the UK for once. Football is finally back, by the way, guys. Thank God. This weekend, I can go back to my normal routine of live streams, of content. etc. So make sure you guys hit the like button, turn on your post notifications, so when I do go live or when I do post a video, you will get notified. I am live now. I think we're going live for the Straight Jacket pod. I'll be there, and then after that I'm gonna jump in KG stream as well. So, and then yeah, I think I'm gonna be on Straight Jacket pod with Saeed, and then I'll go stop by, say hi to KG on his stream, and then keep it moving. I finally got Assassin's Creed, so I might actually stream on Twitch tonight. I actually might stream on Twitch tonight, guys. We don't play till next Tuesday. What? Why did I think we were playing on Sunday? Allah. Oh, it's the FA Cup. Oh my, what? Ugh. Okay, at least Bournemouth versus Man City is on. And Brighton versus Forest, that's not too bad. Is there any La Liga games on? Okay, there's some La Liga games on that I can watch. Ooh, Frankfurt versus Stuttgart. That would be a good game. Okay, so I can watch some football. I'm talking like it might not be Eid on Sunday, guys. It might be Eid on Sunday. I'm acting like I'm gonna be actually sitting there watching football if it's Eid. Ooh, Napoli versus Milan on Sunday. That's gonna be an interesting game. Okay, so there's some decent games on outside of the FA Cup. There's definitely some decent games. Okay, so we do have some stuff on. We play on April Fools. We do. So do Arsenal. So do Arsenal. So we're all playing on April Fools. The jokes just write itself. Ooh, and it's the Copa del Rey final as well, semi-final as well next week. Okay, order is restored in my life. Shit, I just broke something. Order is restored in my life, guys. We thank God. We thank God. But listen, guys, be sure to hit the like button, guys. Come through Straight Jacket Podcast on Saeed's channel. And if not, I hope to catch you guys all on tomorrow's Daily Dose of Minute. I'm out, guys. Have a good one. Peace.